live. So we didn't even realize we weren't live. We were just sitting here chatting. Nick's kid was helping him get this whole thing figured out. Mm.
You can blame that all on me. I won't tell anybody.
No, Nick is the one that showed me how to figure this out. So
I didn't do anything. He figured it out, and I'm just taking credit for it. So
well, this is both of our first ever YouTube split screen live. So let's see how it goes. So far, nobody. Well, wait a minute. One person just joined. So yeah, we're having massive success here. It's not like anybody else is doing anything on a Friday night at 11:30. They just as well jump on here.
Doing good.
Um,
right? We don't have any friends or anybody that does anything that's important. So
not at all.
Whatever. What'd you do today in the shop?
Man, I was we were shipping and boxing for a good bit. Had a lot of stuff to go out the door, and then did some more customization stuff. That's kind of been the theme for the week. I was just hell bent and determined. Always a slower market in the summer, always. So we've got the downtime, and I've got some big projects coming up as far as fixing. I can see the messages. Nick, can you see the messages down? Yeah. So I'll try to look if we miss it, because you can only see about 4 at a time. Just repeat the question and we'll try and look for it. But I know we've got some big construction projects and things. We want to finish the back offices, and then we want to and then we're going to start renovating the upstairs. So right now it's I don't feel like doing that yet, and we've got some downtime a little bit, so it's a lot of customization work. Putting in some big hours right now on some of that, and it's been a lot of fun. Definitely helped get some things moved this week. And I honestly, it's my most enjoyable days of work. Although you may not believe that, because when you've come in and seen me doing stuff, I'm like, leave me alone.
You're never happy to see me at all, ever.
Not true.
Even where you invite me to come, I'm not. You're not happy to see me.
When you brought the dreadnoughts, I even bought you a steak dinner.
I know, but I was late.
But I was happy. Yeah.
and you ate my rolls.
You got one.
Well, I did for sure. Hey, yeah, I've been working on these hand ground ones. So
yeah, look good.
We got 2 in the works, and then I'm gonna have some more next week, hopefully. So see what happens.
Nice. But they look good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We've like everybody else in the knife world, we're waiting on knife parts. So knife suppliers are worse than knife makers whenever they're going to actually have stuff. So
what a lot of people watching this may not realize, as much as they love knives and are paying attention to the knife industry, is that there's, as much as we all feel like the knife market has slowed down, well, we're not going to feel that way too much longer, because what so many people don't realize is that there's going to be a slowdown in production across the board, because right now there's a steel shortage on the steels that we all love, like MagnaCut, S45, things like that. So until they can get, a lot of makers right now would be expecting to get steel now, are not going to start seeing steel till sometime in late September. So you're going to see, unfortunately, I think it's probably going to be around Christmas time. The makers that have steel and had enough on hand are going to have enough. Nick's lucky to be one of those. And then the other makers, you're going to see some slowdown in production of some from some different companies. So it's going to get interesting. And I mean, I've already heard about a lot of different makers are calling other makers going, "Do you have any extra?" And they're like, "I did, and then I just gave some to this guy." And it's like, so everybody's already hit everybody up for what they can kind of share around the industry, but that didn't go very far. So definitely going to be a shortage coming at some point, or at least a little bit of a slowdown, which is good.
It's a little bump in the road.
It'll suck for me, business wise, but I think it'll be good for the secondary. Give it a chance to for some things to source out and level out. So that on that end of it may not be a terrible thing. But
Somebody asked the question: what is the direct link for the slowdown on the steel? I mean,
I no,
I think it's just a production thing, like where they just kind of it bogged up on them. I mean, a lot of these, like the Crucible steels are all which is like S45 and Magna Cut and all those things. Those are powdered steels. So like if there's not a powder alloy that they have to be able to make that stuff, um, it's going to be hard to find those things. So even though they are made in America, it's going to be hard for you to get, like, if you have to have like so much magnesium or so much manganese or whatever it is, whatever weird alloys in there. I think it's a chickpea, not a garbanzo. That's just me.
I've always called them chickpea. So
Yeah.
hey, glad we could settle that debate for you. Um, Definitely the top topic of the hour. Uh, I don't I've heard three different makers tell me three different reasons as to why the stoppages happened with MagnaCut, and some of the others. And all three different stories have been different stories. So I'm not going to speak to what could be the cause because I don't really know. So
Well, what are you hearing?
I don't want to say because it's three different stories, and I don't know that any of them are accurate. Um, and some,
I don't know why. I just, like I said, I'm just, if it's a one little, if they have to have one little thing to make that work and they can't get it, that would be my guess. But I mean, I don't know. I don't have a definite answer one way or the other. So
yeah, so, but hopefully we won't see too much of a slowdown. But I do think we will see a good leveling off on the manufacturing stuff coming out from different people.
Yeah, either
I,
that or I see them going towards back to the M390s and back to the the what was it, LMAX, some of that other stuff.
yeah. I mean, I think some people will switch over to like CTS 204P and things like that. But I don't know. I don't know how much of that's available. M390 could definitely be one of them. But no, I've already been informed on a lot of stuff we were expecting between Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's already been said, hey, it probably isn't going to happen. So
It's a Nick Knife Christmas then, baby.
well, yeah, really big, and um, maybe not this year. So, oh well. Um, we'll figure it out as it goes. Maybe we'll start holding some stuff back for Christmas. Mm. So what you got working on? You're always working on something. So what's
I just doing these other ones. I had some good time the other week or the other day, working on the clips and stuff with Keith. Um, you know, had some good success there. I know we got a project that we kind of want to work on together, but I don't know if it's going to happen with the with not having steel. So you know, but who knows?
yeah?
The other project, not the 3.5 inch guppy. That's definitely going to happen. The other, the smaller project, us not having any steel might mess that up. But we can
That
make it out of Nitro V. I got a bunch of that too. So
I love. So I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. But
yeah, I don't.
but
So been working on that.
Nick, you're freezing up. I don't know if that's you or if that's me freezing up or oh, that's kind of comical. We can see you.
Can you?
Yeah, you're kind of
hear
in
me?
and out. A little bit, but it looks. Remember the old Max Headroom or whatever? That's kind of how it's coming across.
Okay. Well. Anyway, my youngest son that was helping me has 7,000 things on our internet, and we paid for the biggest one, and I don't get any of it. So anyway,
Well, if
you know,
he turns something off, then it just improved.
it just improved.
Yeah. So, and then as soon as I said that, yep.
I'm back.
All right.
I was making sure I was on the internet. You got me now?
Yeah, you're here. You're here.
All right, I'm here. So yeah, working on some clips for the Dreadnought. Still trying to figure that out.
Have you
And just
tumbled one yet?
I got them in the tumbler now. So have you broke yours yet, or you still got it carrying it?
I was carrying it today, and then I took it out of my pocket to switch it out for something else, and I forgot to bring it home. But I don't want to show it off
Yeah.
because I think it needs to.
Yeah.
So we'll see how those go, because I like it. I got to say, once I tightened up the tension on it, which this guys, this is what we're explaining here is it's a new pocket clip design for the Dreadnought and for the future Guppy. So we're trying to dial it in. So this thing had not really been tested, and Nick just dropped it by so I could test it out, and it needed more retention. So I put it in a makeshift vise. It's a little part of my table just to bend
a little hole in your table.
It is, but it works like a champ.
It does work.
I literally, when I built the table, I put those little gaps on the end specifically for bending pocket clips. You can see where they are at every station of the table, because it works so well. So I bent mine in. It has great retention. It's a good looking pocket clip. It and the pictures Nick had sent me, it looked really like it'd be too big for the knife, but it actually looks good on the knife. But it just needs to be tumbled and refined a little bit. We're in the baby first stages of this, but it's funny enough. I think the clip on the Dreadnought's fantastic. I've not had a single problem with it, and it sits higher than it did on the original Guppy. So I've been very happy with it. But people definitely in that price range want to see more machine clips. So we're working on some possible options.
Yep. That, and then I did a whole bunch of hand grinding.
Nice.
Did some Damascus stuff. Got a couple of Damascus chef's knives. I need to get some pictures of, but my photographer was being moody the other day, so I didn't do that.
You didn't even tell me that's why you were stopping by.
No, I stopped by because I had the clips, but I mean, I was gonna beg a quick photography session too, but you were a little moody, so I just let it go.
Dude, I'm always moody. That one time you were here, like it was 2:00 in the morning, you were hitting the road to go back, and I'm like, you've lost your mind. I'm exhausted. And you're like, oh yeah, can you take pictures of these? Dude, if I didn't stab you that night, then I'm never going to kill you. So
I can see it on here.
I wanted to kill you on that one.
Have it. Close it. Yeah.
So no, it's just Ellen will tell you the same. Like normally I'm very chatty, very talkative at work. And Ellen will
not when I show up.
That's not true. That's not true at all. But this week I have been head down, and she's like all week long. She's like, "You're in a terrible mood. You're in a bad mood." And I'm like, "I'm not in a bad mood at all. I am just. This is what I want to do today, and I am head down. I'm always very focused, but it was much more intensified this week. And like at the end of every day, she was like, "Are you okay? You seemed off today." And I'm like, "I am great." Because I nailed out everything I wanted to do, and was very happy with it. But it's it's just like when you're assembling a knife. It's very detailed, very focused work. And if you're trying to have a conversation or losing your attention, that's when screws get knocked off, things get misplaced, and errors get made. So but normally it's like I'm very focused, and I get a knife, and once I get it on the laser, then I'm chatty and have a good time talking to everybody. And then once that's done, I'm assembling. No, this week it was like, there's a knife on the laser. I got this knife over here. This one's getting anodized. This one's getting chunked here. This one's getting done here. So it was every day in the course of an hour, there were 4 to 5 knives being worked. So it was very, no, this is what I'm doing right now. I can't talk. And even the day Ellen was like, "Can we talk right now?" It's like, not at this moment, but I'll take a break in like 20 minutes and we'll talk for 20 minutes, and then I'm getting back into it. So
I feel your pain, Ellen.
I, well, I don't.
So you lose me.
I'm losing you again. Tell your kid to turn off the damn video games.
I don't think we have any of them on. I think I'm out in the garage. I don't really have good reception. So we might have to try this again another time.
Yeah, we have to, because I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
So,
but
all right. Well, let's try it again another time. We know how to make it work, though.
Yeah, this was a first time experiment, but speaking of some of the stuff I customized today, I did do some of Nick's dreadnoughts with the frag pattern and did some really cool stuff with them. So those are on the site now. We launched them late today. But yeah, Nick, we'll get a better signal, get everything figured out on that end, get your kid to cut everything off in the house. And this was a good test and just a good try to see how it'll go. Okay, that could be it. So, but we'll get it figured out. But this was a good test just to see how it'd go. Sorry to those that tuned in and can't really hear it, but
we'll see you soon.
Sounds good. All right.
Thanks, man.
Bye, bud. Night.